My name is Ching and I'm a speaker trainer who helps businesses and people all around the world adopt AI in their everyday practices to help them improve their business, their careers, and most importantly, their life and well being as well. So, when it comes to my personal beliefs, I'm very much influenced by the teachings of Buddhism and Taoism. I come from a family of Taoists who is very much guided by Guan Yin, also known as the goddess of mercy. So, throughout my entire life, I've been guided by the principles of love, compassion, and understanding. So, this video will be very interesting for me to dive into getting to know more about Islam, especially coming from a background of being a Malaysian. We have a multicultural society here, predominantly Muslim. So I do know a little bit about the Muslim culture, and this is a great opportunity to dive deeper into it. So today I'm going to react to some videos that I have never ever watched before from Islam React, the YouTube channel. So we're going to dive in.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تقدموا بين يدي الله ورسوله واتقوا الله إن الله سميع عليم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا ترفعوا أصواتكم فوق صوت النبي ولا تجهروا له بالقول كجهر بعضكم لبعض أن تحبط أعمالكم وأنتم لا تشعرون. إن الذين يغضون أصواتهم عند رسول الله أولئك الذين امتحن الله قلوبهم للتقوى لهم مغفرة وأجر عظيم. إن الذين ينادونك من وراء الحجرات أكثرهم لا يعقلون. ولو أنهم صبروا حتى تخرج إليهم لكان خيرا لهم والله غفور رحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة فتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين. واعلموا أن فيكم رسول الله لو يطيعكم في كثير من الأمر لعنتم ولكن الله حبب إليكم الإيمان وزينه في قلوبكم وكره إليكم الكفر والفسوق والعصيان أولئك هم الراشدون فضلا من الله ونعمه والله عليم حكيم. وإن طائفتان طائفتان من المؤمنين اقتتلوا فأصلحوا بينهما فإن بغت إحداهما على الأخرى فقاتلوا التي تبغي حتى تفيء إلى أمر الله فإن فاءت فأصلحوا بينهما بالعدل وأقسطوا إن الله يحب المقسطين إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يسخر قوم من قوم عسى أن يكونوا خيرا منهم ولا نساء من نساء عسى أن يكن خيرا منهن ولا تلمزوا أنفسكم ولا تنابزوا بالألقاب بئس الاسم الفسوق بعد الإيمان ومن لم يتب فأولئك هم الظالمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا ولما يدخل الإيمان في قلوبكم وإن تطيعوا الله ورسوله لا يلتكم من أعمالكم شيئا إن الله غفور رحيم إنما المؤمنون الذين آمنوا بالله ورسوله ثم لم يرتابوا وجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم في سبيل الله أولئك هم الصادقون قل أتعلمون الله بدينكم والله يعلم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض والله بكل شيء عليم يمنون عليك أن أسلموا قل لا تمنوا علي إسلامكم بل الله يمن عليكم أن هداكم للإيمان إن كنتم صادقين إن الله يعلم غيب السماوات والأرض والله بصير بما تعملون.
My initial thoughts and feelings when listening to this chapter is all about truth, right? And I mentioned before, I believe in the whole saying that the truth will set you free. And as this chapter has shown that if you are truthful, truly truthful to yourself and your way of being, that will lead you to faith, right? That will lead you to faith. And I think one of the points where talks about fearing God, the all knowing and all merciful, right? I would take it in sense where um, you know it is a form of guidance where if you if you do not live in a truthful manner by the guidance of a God and how God is speaking to you through the messengers that is all around you, then be fearful of the potential consequences that you may face. Right, that is how I would take it rather than fearing God, and I think to me this is a very powerful chapter where it does remind us to be able to again tap into gratitude whenever we are presented with the opportunity to face truth, because that leads us towards faith, right? And to the point where I think within the chapter or verse it talks about, not alluding maybe to the extent of not questioning about the message from God or from the messenger. Now, how I would take it is that if you live life truthfully and then you take these pieces of advice and wisdom and apply it within your lives, you will come to a point of faith because you have applied it. You have seen what happens if you do not apply it within your lives. And then that instills a strong grounded faith where it is not blind faith, where you are just going by your emotions and feelings, but it also applies logically as well because the truth aligns in all matters and aspects, be it on an emotional level, logical level, or even spiritual level. So I think a lot of times people may think that it's all about having blind faith. I would say that it's not about having blind faith, but it's about being able to have the wisdom to apply the lessons, the message that's being taught by the prophets, the messengers amongst us, right? The message from God. And then that is where you are able to see the truth in what the message is trying to tell you and to teach us all. Right? And always remember not being in a state of arrogance, right? And understand that we are ignorant in our very own ways, and that there's always a lesson to learn. In our world today, there's no doubt that things can be very polarizing, especially with the language that's being thrown out there, right? And I think the most significant tipping point in our world is from 9/11, right? And that is where we saw a spike in xenophobia. And I remember as a Malaysian growing up in a Muslim majority country, to see the shift of how the world was responding to our fellow human beings of different faith, right? And to me, that was a huge disharmony within me, and I think it's very important to remember that we are all brought into this world, right? Through our parents, and to understand that we are fellow human beings, and it's important for us to remember that. Again, with the lessons of humility, right, is to not to assume that we know it all, right? And that we may actually be wrong about one another's beliefs, right? Just as other people may misunderstand us and our beliefs, we may be misunderstanding other people's beliefs as well. And I was fortunate enough to grow in Malaysia, where we are taught the different principles of Islam as well, right? Through our moral teachings, we understand the different religions. So I believe as a Malaysian, we get a very unique perspective, and from this chapter and verse it reminds us that we are created equally, right? In a unique way, we are equally human, right? We are equally having a unique human experience with our blind spots, with our ignorance, and we are all trying to find a way navigating in the chaos of life. So it's a reminder to be kind with one another when we feel the urge to talk down on people, right? And to disrespect people. It's important for us to take a step back and to understand, okay, where is this really coming from, right? Is it the sense of ego to think that, I know it all, I'm better than? No, but it's to humble ourselves, bring ourselves level to level, eye to eye with our fellow human being, have a conversation, and truly listen. Start listening, not only hearing the words that they say, but listening to where they are coming from, where their heart is, right? And to have healthy conversations, which may feel like conflicts, which may feel uncomfortable, but is absolutely necessary for us to refine our thoughts, our ideas, to be able to get to the core of the truth of humanity, and which essentially will lead us towards faith and source, right? Or God, okay, if we may. Okay, so follow the path of truth, follow the path of truth, and remember, we are all fellow human beings, right? There's no point talking down or belittling one another. I'm no better than you. You are no better than me. And we are all unique in our ways. We are growing at different paces. We have different perspectives and backgrounds, and respect one another as fellow human beings who is growing through this uh, journey of life as spiritual beings. So, how do we work against racism? Right. I believe the best way to tackle racism is not necessary to deal in it in a confrontational way where it's all about fighting, right? Where it's very aggressive. I believe the best way to cure racism is to be able to have dialogues, to be able to create spaces and opportunities to understand one another, share each other's human stories, and the beliefs that guides us through the process. And the best way, right, to work against racism, right, to bring peace and harmony with one another, is to be able to be the best representation of yourself as a human being, of your faith and your belief. Because who you are will speak so loud that they won't be able to hear a word that you say, right? You may shout at the top of your lungs and say, how right I am, how wrong you are. But that is only creating more conflict. But imagine if you are able to represent your best self, not to prove others wrong, but just to be, right? To live by your principles, by your beliefs, by your guidance, and for people around you, your community, to witness the magic that comes out of your belief, living your belief, right? The love and compassion that you have with one another, not fighting against each other. Even when someone is attacking you, right? You are able to navigate it in a peaceful manner. You're able to bring that energy, right, of negativity, and to be able to transmute it towards positivity, because you are a vessel of truth. You are a vessel of peace and harmony, right? You are an adapter. You change, right, that energy and transmute it into something positive. So to me, it's not a matter about fighting against racism. It's a matter of being our best selves and being in harmony with one another and being forgiving with one another, as was shared within this chapter and verse about God being the all forgiving and all merciful. What if we could be all forgiving and all merciful? How would we act with one another? Right. And I believe that the path towards forgiveness is compassion, is love, is understanding, is respecting and appreciating that we are all are ignorant in our very own ways. We don't know it all. Okay. And that's why I believe the best way, right, to work against racism is to be our best selves and to be at peace with ourselves first and with the people around us. Verify, verify, verify. This is one of the things I teach in my teachings when I'm teaching about AI, right? And then it's interesting to hear it being taught in this verse as well, in this chapter, because in the age of AI and social media nowadays, right, misinformation can be disseminated in a rapid pace, or put it in neutral space. Information in general is being spread rapidly in the World Wide Web. And then, especially when it comes to AI, a lot of information is being pumped out into the world and into us. And it's always important to maintain our critical mind to be able to verify the information that is being fed to us and that we are sharing out into this world. Because we never know how destructive a certain piece of information can be if it is not grounded in truth, right? And so it is important for us to verify the information that we are sharing, right? And at the same time, it's not expecting all of us to be perfect, to think that the information that we are sharing is entirely true, right? Because we only have so much capacity to verify as well, right? But at least have the heart and intention to share things that are truthful, right? And then to shy away from falsehoods. And if we see falsehoods being spoken, to be able to contribute to the conversation, to guide and clarify falsehoods with truth, right? Without expecting anything in return, because not everybody is ready to listen to the truth. And in fact, we may not have the truth anyway in the first place, but at least being able to share the truth as we know it into this world gives the opportunity for one another to learn from it and to grow better as human beings. And when it comes to misinformation, right? It's always important to look at one's intention. Are people intentionally spreading misinformation, right? Or are they themselves misinformed, firstly, right? Or second, maybe it's a different perspective that people are coming from, that they are sharing from a different perspective, right? Which may be true from that point of view, but at the same time, there's also another angle, another perspective to look at it. So this is where wisdom and discernment comes in, right? What is true misinformation? What is coming from a space of different perspectives or misinformation or whatsoever? Being able to discern from one point to another is very, very important, especially going into the world of living in the world of social media and now AI, right? Because a lot of ideas, a lot of perspectives, a lot of stories will become more and more convincing in our world today. Okay, so it's important for us to always maintain a critical mind, right, to be able to discern truth from falsehoods. One of the biggest guidance that I've gotten is from a book called Power versus Force from David R. Hawkins, and it teaches about truth versus falsehood. I believe he has a book of the same name as well. Read into it, and then that will help guide you as well towards your path of finding the truth and connecting to your faith. So when I was listening to the audio, all of these sermons are all very calm and peaceful, and it is shared in a very non-judgmental way. Even though some verses may use strong words within it, but yet it feels very calm and peaceful. So that's the feeling that I feel behind it: calm and peace. After listening to this chapter, um, the biggest takeaway is to really understand um, the importance of not prejudging, not assuming that we know it all, and imposing upon one another. Being able to take a step back, listen to one another, and then be guided by the truth, essentially, right? And not and maintaining that respect with our fellow human beings. Yes, I would be open to listening and reading more of the Quran in the future. Right, I believe that by listening and reading to different perspectives and beliefs, it helps strengthen our worldview, right, and then build our wisdom within ourselves. So, thank you very much, Islam Reacts YouTube channel. Really appreciate you sharing with me these videos.